Normally I would do a live. I can do a live now on YouTube, but because I'm driving, it's going to take too much for me to do the live, and I wanted to get these words out as honest and as raw as possible. While I was going through the emotion, I'm trying to get myself through the process of the emotion. I have been in contact with Mr. Jeter. I feel like, co-parenting is very important, especially with our youngest being the age that he is. For a while we were not in contact, and then we got in contact again. And I'm okay. I just our most recent contact was more personal for me, and I think it's because it is for the very first time I stood up for myself concerning him, face to face with him. I have been working inside. I'm trying to get my words right. I have been working within to be able to because I wasn't sure when the day was going to come, but I knew that the day would come. That and I'm proud of myself for it. I'm proud of myself for standing up for myself with him, to him. Not, girl talk like, oh, I'm feeling this way, and because I have been torn. It's been days when I have been torn. It's been days when I have wanted to go back. But it's just unhealthy for me to go back. It's toxic. The treatment that I was given, I'm not going to minimize it anymore. I have been doing that too, because I've been trying to compare. But then the reality came to me that I have fucking nothing to compare it to. I don't have the experience to say, well, in comparison to this person or that person, it's not so bad. No, I was trying to find excuses to minimize the treatment, and I'm just not going to do that anymore. And the treatment leading up to him leaving, it scared me. It scorned me. And it put me in this place with him that I don't trust him. I don't trust him with me. I don't trust him with my heart. And it gets a little bit deep. See, we've been together for 21 years. And in that 21 years, he has been, for lack of better words, in and out of incarceration. He been a jailbird, in and out, for them 21 years. When he was out, he always did what he had to do. He, and took care of us, and that's a great thing. But that's also the role of a man within the home. I am done giving praises to adults for adulting. I was giving praises, a lot of praises, not just because I was in love, but because the world is so against our people and so against black men. I just was like, you know what? They're always getting recognition for the shit they do wrong. Well, let me recognize him for the shit that he's doing right. And I have done that. I've done that. And that time now is not that it's over, but it's just like, dude, you're an adult, and what you were doing at the time when you were doing it is adulting. And I just cannot continue to give praise for someone who doing what they supposed to do, right? And so the 10 months that once he returned was total opposite of who I have known him to be and who I assumed he had grown into. Now, I made this assumption based off the communication in which we had. And I just have to take into account for what it is. All of that leading me up to say is that I've gotten to a place where I recognize some things, and I'm going to share with you the shit that I've come to terms with. Him being a jailbird, right? He was never in a space within a relationship long enough to totally give all of himself. Even in his prior relationship, because he has an older daughter, right? And there was a time when he was in her life. He has an older daughter, not with me, and there was a time when he was able to be in her life, but he could not separate personal and professional life. What he did to make a living caused him to be away from his loved ones, probably more than any of us had planned, and he had planned. So the relationship with his daughter's mother, the relationship with his daughter, the relationship with me suffered a great deal behind the choices that he's made. But in him being away also, he wasn't in a relationship with anyone else long enough to totally understand what it took to maintain a relationship with a woman, an intimate, loving, reciprocal relationship. He's basically always had his way in relationships. He's always been giving minimal in a relationship because he does not, I don't believe he has the full understanding of what it takes to maintain a relationship, because when he gets to a certain point in his relationship, all of a sudden he's snatched away, and then the relationship becomes codependency because it's no longer reciprocal, because now it's, I'm in this jam, I'm in this situation, and I need your help, and you're going to do what it is that you're supposed to do, because when we were in a relationship, I did what it was that I had to do, to reciprocate whatever it was I was getting. But now I'm not able to do it. So there's a codependency factor that comes in. If you understand what I'm saying, stay with me. And I realize that now. But I believe that is what led up to him, a part of what led up to him leaving. It's not the sole factor. It is not. There's many factors that led to him abandoning his family, because that's just what the fuck it is. And I just believe that that's one of them, because there's a large part of his manhood that came into the man, and he probably felt like he wasn't suffice enough. even though I knew that he was, he himself felt like he wasn't. My financial independency made him feel maybe inadequate, made him feel like he wasn't enough. Whereas though on my end, I was lacking emotional, mental, and spiritual support. I was lacking support, and I was looking for that from him, and he couldn't give that to me. And so when he left, when he abandoned us, it's just, to me, that just, sealed the deal, because of everything leading up to him leaving and then him leaving. Thank goodness I was in a position to be able to take care of us. But just because a woman is financially independent does not mean that her other resources should not be reciprocated. If you really want to be with someone, if you really love someone, you're going to reciprocate that energy, and it's going to be genuine. It's going to be genuine. And see, that's another thing, because he have been trying to reconnect, but the connection is broken from what I see, and I don't feel that him trying to reconnect is sincere. I don't feel like it's genuine. I don't feel that way at all. And so that leads me to say this. And, bear with me with the pauses. I'm in stoppings. I'm trying to work myself through the process of the emotion, because right now I'm feeling severe disappointment, frustration, and even some disbelief. But this is all the reality of a breakup, and I just want to say, I've reached a point where I am not. I've forgiven him. I don't hate him. I don't want to hate him. I'm not trying to put that energy out in the atmosphere, because at one time I gave my body, I gave my soul, I gave everything I had to this person because I was in love with them. And so I don't wish any bad on him. I don't wish any negativity on him. And I definitely don't want to hate him. I pray for his well-being. I hope that, he get what it is that he need to get on the road to recovery, get on the road to healing, to being okay with himself, to make the necessary repairs, to go into healing and reparation for himself. You know what I'm saying? I wish that on him, because he is the father of my child, and I want him to be okay, because this is an adult that, as long as he is in my son's life, will have some type of influence on him. And I don't want that influence to be toxic or hurtful or harming to our child. And let me say this directly to you, Mr. Jeter, because not all the time, but I believe sometime, you may come across my page and see things, and it's okay, because who knows, maybe this time it might get through. So I want to say this directly to you. Up until this point, in your life for 49 years of age. I look back and I comb over things, and I don't know all the details. I don't know all of your experiences inside and out. No matter if I like to think I do. I don't. I've been with you 21 years out of that 49. So who the hell knows what you've been into, what you've been up to prior to that. But let me express. And maybe it's not even my space to, but I'm going to do it anyway. I am sorry that your life has led you up to this point where you are right now. I'm sorry that maybe your experiences haven't been the best. They haven't been great, and it led you to this place of uncertainty of who you are, of operating out of toxicity and pain, and I'm sorry that you are in this space of that's all you can really operate from, of so much pride that you cannot appreciate or understand or even grasp the concept of the blessings that you were able to come across. I'm sorry that you really are in a confused state of not really knowing what self-love is, of not getting to a place where you can fully stand in knowing how much people outside of you love you, care for you, and I just feel like previous experiences probably have gotten you to that place. And I'm also sorry you allowed those negative experiences to dictate your outcome right now. But my life hasn't allowed me to be in that with you. Yep, I love you. I still love you. But I don't love you enough to vibe low with you. I also fought long and hard to get where I am right now. Where I am it isn't the highest. I know I can go higher, but I am in alignment with who I am to be, to me, and to those that genuinely love me. I am in alignment with being a better version of myself. I have worked very, very hard, and I'm still working hard. There are some days when I have setbacks, but there are greater days ahead. And if I could compare, even the days when I may feel like I'm having setbacks, it's not an actual setback. It's that I needed to revisit an emotion in order to catapult myself into better, greater. And I just hope that one day you can get there too, because I ultimately want what's best for you, and I hope that you will get to a space that you want what's best for you. But I am not going to allow you to pull me into what's not good for me. And right now, you're not good for me. And that's why I am not going to revisit what we had, because what we had is what we had. I am looking for and wanting, better and greater. That was my intent for us. That's why I did everything that I did. But it's been too one-sided for too long. I know what I deserve. I know what I want. I know what my hand called for. And you were unable to do it. Why? I don't know. I don't know if it was your choice. It appears to be that way. But I'm actually not even trying to figure it out no more. You have to deal with yourself, the choices that you made, and hopefully you'll make better choices in the future. Those choices consist of healing and getting to a better place and space mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, like on all levels, on all fucking levels. You know what I'm saying? And I just wish you the best. I do. I wish you the best. And I hope that, we can be cordial towards one another for the sake of our commonalities. And who knows what the future holds. But I'm not going to stay with anybody who makes it a point to keep hurting me because they're hurting. Because I don't have anything to do with your pain. And I'm not going to take on that responsibility of trying to heal you. I'm not going to take accountability for nothing that I did not cause you. And unless you make it known to me, because maybe it's something that I don't know, but there's at no time that I can take accountability for your pain. I haven't caused you any pain. And so I'm not going to be in anything knowing that I'm an emotional punching bag, or knowing that you're projecting pain onto me, hurt and negative energy onto me that I didn't cause you. But I do hope that you can get yourself better so that you can begin at some point in your life reciprocating the good vibes and the positive energy and the goodness, that, hopefully you can give that to people who are deserving of it. Hopefully you can get to a space where you can give that back to the people who deserve it. And that's all I got right now, fam. It's best. I tried to communicate it as best as I can, without fucking crying. Happy Saturday. I hope you enjoy Family Day. And always thank you for tuning in. And I wish you healing, babies. Some days is better than others, but you can get through. You gotta be persistent. You gotta want it for yourself. You gotta wanna walk in the light. I'm just not willing to go back to what is supposed to be the norm, because who I am now, that's not norm. That's not a norm. That's not normal. To learn how to operate in toxicity, that's not a norm for me now. So I wish you wholeness and completeness in walking in your journey towards healing. Have a wonderful Saturday.